Namaste, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Tyann Krumpa, and if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been quite some time since I've done a DM read. It's been a while. But let me tell you, it has certainly been worth the wait. Before I get into this, let me go ahead and spray some Kit Karma ass spray. This is like, I am not kidding you guys. This is my freaking Zen in a bottle, okay? If you're interested, the information is in the description box on how you can get your own personal bottle. I suggest that you do so because you can also take spiritual baths with it, which I took one last night. And oh my God, I got the dust bunnies off of my aura. And I feel like I hit that reset button for real. I am like on a totally different vibrational resonance. I'm in my high frequency right now. I'm in my zone and I'm feeling it. All right, let's go ahead and call in some help by calling air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and ether. And I also call upon the highest of the highest of the high, which is Jophiel, who will be able to give me the information that is necessary for this beautiful reading in all directions, time and space, past, present, and future. And so it is. Divine masculines. You guys are on the rise. All right, so crowning the read, we have the unseen. Too much is hidden from you. So really, there is a lot of stuff that is going on around you that you really are not seeing. You're not looking at the clear picture with the connection that you have with Divine Femme. You're not looking at this from a spiritual perspective. You're more looking at this from the 3D, which is the 3D lower density. And it's draining the life out of you. Okay, it's draining the shit out of you. I know that this is a woman that's here, but this is not gender specific. This is about energy. And the reason why the woman is here is because you're feeling vulnerable. Okay, the vulnerability energy is more of a feminine energy. And it's no wonder that these cards came out next to each other. So it's time for you to open up your heart and allow yourself to be tender, to be gentle. It's time for you to pretty much carry and coddle your freaking divine feminine. Okay, you are so used to being the wounded warrior. Now it's time for you to rise up and be the victor and stop being the victim that's in this cage. All right. As you can see, there is no life here. Everything is dead where you are. And for a lot of divine masculines, they're in the Effit mode. They're like, fuck it. I'm going to put this in my fuck it bucket and I'm coming back to my divine feminine. It's time for you to show her that vulnerability. It's time for you to open yourself up, divine masculines, because if you can't be vulnerable with her, then who can you be vulnerable with when this is the love of your life? You constantly are thinking about her. You cannot get your divine feminine out of your head. She's pretty much glued there all the time, just like ESPN for some of you who love watching your sports. Okay? She's constantly on replay. And where you are now, it's just desolate. Nothing is growing from your atmosphere. You may have the ideal job. You may have the ideal dream car. You may have the ideal relationship with the karmic. But the point is you're suffering in silence. Everything that glitters is not gold. And you're starting to see that. Get out of this situation before you crawl back to divine feminine. You won't even be able to stand on your 2 feet when you go back to her. You'll be in so much of humiliation and shame that you'll be literally, okay, crawling back to her because the universe is going to continue to keep making you feel uncomfortable until you finally get the message. Your guides, your way shores are guiding you and directing you from the spiritual plane. But I feel like there's going to be a mentor, someone that is close to you that either is going to walk into your life and mentor you back into the relationship and this divine union. This person is going to be very spiritually advanced, or this person is already in your life and they're already in your ear, about this spiritual connection because you've been hard-headed. You've not been listening. You've been pretty much like doing your own thing, and you've been ignoring source, and you've not been confronting the man in the mirror. You've not been looking from a higher perspective. This is the Hierophant card in this deck. You need to be connected to your divine counterpart in the sacral chakra. I feel like the sacral chakra for you needs to be cleansed. It needs to be cleared. There is soul ties that are in your field right now, and there's third party energy, and that's what's blocking this union. You think that it's because you're being called to stay where you are because some magical dream is about to appear in your life due to you staying. That is not going to present itself to you, okay? All it's going to do is have you continue to act out of your lower chakra and get even more distracted and get yourself in situations to where you can't get yourself out of. It's okay to be vulnerable, divine masculines, okay? Vulnerability is not a weakness. Vulnerability shows that you're human. Confront the ego, okay? Because your ego is not your amigo. It is time for you to be your spiritual self, your higher self. This card represents you connecting to your higher self and also allowing for your higher self to be your mentor and your guide in order to direct you back home, in order for you to be fully awakened to this beautiful union, okay? And this is a trustworthy ally because this is you on the other side. This is no one outside of yourself in the essence of who you really are to the core of your being. This is just you. This is just your evolved self, which is your God self. You're wishing for a dream come true. You're wishing upon the stars. This card represents all of the stars being aligned in order for you to have this union. Everything is in perfect formation, okay? Everything is coming together the way that it should. The only thing that the universe is waiting for, divine masculine, is you. Do not let your free will be a crutch to keep you stuck. This is where you will be in darkness, in fear, and in doubt if you do not take that leap of faith. You have to get into divination. You have to start getting readings. Some of you already are. Some of you are already finding out through your spiritual divinations, through your tarot readings, that divine feminine is your divine feminine and that she's your divine counterpart. This is part of prophecy. This is fate. This is destiny. She is your future. She's going to bring you that fortune, your health, your wealth. Only from the unity, the Christ consciousness of you two coming together, right? And being heart to heart chakra, sacral to sacral, third eye to third eye, solar plexus to solar plexus, root chakra to root chakra, and crown to crown. I know I didn't do it in the sequence of whatever, but I'm saying it in an order as I am feeling the energy for the divine masculine that I'm channeling. Of how they need to be connected, because everything is about coding in the spiritual realm, and I see energy and I see how it needs to be aligned. And sometimes you don't go all the way from the root all the way up to the crown because these other centers need to be touched, and they needed to be touched in that order and realigned in that order. I know because I do attunements, and this is how I adjust. You can't raise everyone from the bottom of the ground up. Sometimes you got to reach them at the level of where they are, because not everyone is rock bottom. Not everyone is at the root. Some people are stuck at the heart chakra. Okay? Some people are stuck at the crown. Some people are stuck at the sacral chakra. But whatever the case is, you need to open up to your spiritual self so you can receive these messages and these downloads. A lot of you have been receiving through readers, but you don't necessarily always have to go through a reader in order for you to get your messages. You see what I'm saying? A lot of you divine masculines are psychic. You intuitively already know. You already knew this. The only thing that you went to the reader for is just to give you confirmation on some information that you've already chewed on and molded on, but you just haven't digested yet. It's time for you to chew the meat and spit out the bones and trust. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is your inner guiding system, your God positioning system. Listen to your inner voice. This is divine prophecy. This is a fated partnership. You already know that. Okay? You've gotten confirmations along the way. Even until now, you still receive them. Confront and face reality. Reality is staring you right in your face. You can no longer be in denial because you have all of the tools and the weaponries that you need in order for you to become victorious in this battle. And you may feel like coming back to divine feminine that you lost the battle, but you surely did not lose the war. Okay? This is a temporary setback for you. I'm not going to lie. For a lot of you divine masculines, you're going to have to give up pretty much your whole livelihood and your whole lifestyle in order to be with divine feminine. But I can tell you that anything that God asks you to put down, God will give you double for your trouble and replace it tenfold. You're not being asked to go on a little small journey. No. You're coming on a journey that is going to pretty much take precedent of your whole entire life and shape and mold your whole future. Your life will no longer be the same as you know it. You don't even know what it's going to feel like to be rich until you come into a relationship where it's full of abundance and richness already. I feel like a lot of you are holding grudges against your divine feminine for some actions that maybe were not in alignment with what your free will wanted at a time in times past. And so you're allowing the past to overshadow your future. Okay, well, guess what? Your guides are showing up to tell you, be liberated now. Stop being weighed down by your past and step into your present, because your present is what's going to lead you into your future. Okay? Don't even so much focus on your future like to overanalyze and to critique how you should move, but be well guided. You're going to be presented with a circumstance that's going to force you to move anyway. So I am warning you, and this is a warning video, okay, from source. Move when you're being told to move, or the universe is going to move you and you're not going to like it. Homeland. A lot of you are not from this country. A lot of you have traveled abroad and you've come here for greener pastures. I get that. Why is this card showing up? Hold on one second, you guys. I'm clearing out. This card is showing up is because it's telling you that you're ready for an arrival. A journey ends. It's time for you to put the lid on this situation and where you currently reside. Okay? It's time for you to establish your future. This is about being a built man. Okay? A man of means, a man of power, an accomplished man. Okay? Not the man that you want people or to lead people to believe that you are, but the man that you really truly are. Your truest potential being made clear and being made true. This is what it's all about. It's not about your homeland and going back to the country in which you were born. No, it's about your homeland inside, being free inside. Because even if you change your environment on the without, if you're still a mess within, no matter what environment that you put yourself in, it's still going to be bleak for you. It's still going to be a doom and gloom for you. So, with that being said, free yourself of the thought, the thinking that location is going to change the situation. The only location that's going to change your situation is being in union with the one you love. That is where your heart is. Okay, they say home is where the heart is. Well, guess what? Your home is with your divine counterpart. Your home is with your divine feminine. Okay, now you have to be open and you have to be receptive to doing this. No one can do this work for you, divine masculine. You have to do this work yourself. Okay, give me just one moment. I apologize. I had to attend to something. I normally don't do that during a read, but all things happen in divine order. All right, so you have to be open. You have to be receptive and allow yourself to receive. I feel like a lot of you are not open. You're not opening yourself up to receive true love because you're feeling guilty from the past mistakes. Well, guess what? You got to get over it. You don't live there no more. Allow yourself also to give, divine masculine. Do not put this shoulder of responsibility on divine feminine. Do not have her shoulder this responsibility by herself. You're going to win and you're going to lose. It's a given. And so what? Because what you lose is what was not meant for you anyway. But what you gain is going to surpass what you lost. You don't get something for nothing. It doesn't work like that. The law of compensation means that you have to give in order to receive. So what are you waiting for? I know a lot of you have done so much to build where you are, but you're not seeing the fruits of your labor. You're not getting the expected results that you thought you were going to get. And it's for a reason, because you're not supposed to be where you are. You may not want to hear that. But anyone can tell you that this is not the channel for ear tickling, okay? When Source gives me a message to channel, and if I feel something from the cards, I am going to speak on what I feel. Because if I don't, then it basically alters the whole reading. So Source is telling you today that what you're going to lose is nothing compared to what you're going to win. It's time for you to stop fighting for a lost cause. That's another thing that I get with this card. That's the energy I get with this card. You're currently fighting for a lost cause. You're defending a situation or people, a group of people. You're protecting something that is dead. It's gone. The fire is gone. What you were supposed to get out of the situation, you got a portion of what you didn't lose entirely. You got a portion of what you came for. Now leave with your dignity and your pride while you have the opportunity before it becomes something that's a total disaster and you're not going to be able to come back from it, okay? You're even yearning to be with your divine feminine. Is she not your object of affection and a desire of your heart? Despite what you guys have been through. Look at what you guys have grown through. Whether you've been together or apart, it doesn't matter. You guys have done this together in love, in the name of love. Longing for her. This undesired separation that neither one of you wanted. You didn't want this. You never wanted to be without her. But in your ego, which is not your amigo, you could not see clearly because your ego was driving you. You were so ego-driven that you crowded her out. Even the love in your heart, you rather deal with the pain at night than to face the reality in a day. Well, guess what? No more pining after each other. No more fighting each other. I feel like there's a lot of bickering. There's a lot of arguing every time you connect with your divine feminine, all because of you guilt tripping each other. It's not just you. It's both of you. Well, if you wouldn't have did this, then this wouldn't have happened. Well, I only did that because you did this. Enough is enough. It is time for you to man up. It's time for you to do this thing called life and start adulting and acting like adults and having compassion and love and understanding and understanding for one another, and stop passing so much judgment on the other person for their decisions. If you had the chance, provided that you did this all over again, you would do the same exact damn thing. Trust me. That is the reason why we don't get do-overs. The only chance that we get to make things right is by forming new habits and new behaviors so we can gain the experience. Because if you keep on doing the same things and you're not learning the lessons, that means you're not gaining the experience, which means that the lessons are going to repeat. So this can stop whenever you're ready for it to stop. When you're ready to stop getting those lessons from the universe that your soul and your higher self is giving to you because you're not listening, then that's when you'll be able to be in each other's arms. You already pressed the reset button. You already said Effit. Okay? Now that you put everything behind you, it's time for you to start putting things into place so you can come back to this beautiful union that you also long for. It's in the cards. You can't deny that you don't long to be where your heart is. You're not even your whole self. And you know what? I am going to say something today that may even shake up the collective by me saying this, but God trumps everybody and I don't care. This came directly from source. You are not your complete and whole self when you are not with your twin. That is the other half of you. And you will always be lost looking for the other half of you until you're complete and you're whole. And that came from source. That did not come from man and man's ideology and new age perspective. That came from God. God made you long for each other, and God connected you with the silver cord so you can always be pulled back to each other for a reason. If you were your complete and whole self without your twin, then you would have never needed a twin flame from the beginning. Let's be logical here, you guys. Stop doing reasoning out just because someone sounds professional and they sound like they know what they're talking about. God has never misguided me in this. God is the first one that told me that I was a twin flame, but he didn't use those terms. He called it a divine counterpart. That's what God's source energy said when I channeled God. I never knew I was a twin flame. I just knew that I was a divine counterpart, which is a twin flame. And God never lied. So at this moment, I'll leave you with this. It is time to kick it up in high gear, divine masculine. Because even Adam was alone until he seen that God brought him his wife. And then he said at last, bones of my bones, flesh of my flesh. And until you are in union, you're going to constantly keep hitting up against a brick wall. Because it's meant for that to happen. God did that on purpose. That was not an accident that you ran into so many brick walls and situations and forks in the middle of the road and you had so many detours. Those detours were all of them. Every last one of them were supposed to bring you back home. But you didn't allow it to happen then. You have no excuse now. And I have come to the conclusion of your beautiful reading. It is a good karma to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a love donation if you feel inclined to, or you can purchase a gift from my wish list on Amazon and it will appear on the channel. I now wrap you in my love and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. And so it is, everyone. Namaste.